Hi, hello everyone. Today's grab bag game of the day is KILLBUG. KILLBUG is a... let's see, when was this released? It's a game published and developed by Samurai Punk with the original prototype and lead by Nicholas McDonnell. And it is, yes, released in 2023, May, and shares some sort of DNA and concepts with Devil Daggers. So, if you're familiar with that game, you will find that KILLBUG is in a somewhat similar vein of being a arena score attack kind of game, except this one is a small world in which you are a bug killing a whole bunch of other bugs. You are a uniquely humanoid looking bug killing a lot of non humanoid looking bugs. So, this may be very obvious, especially with the preview image here, but arachnophobia warning is in full effect for this game. There are Black Widow spiders and all that sort of stuff. A bunch of somewhat cartoonily rendered creepy crawlies, so viewer beware. Start for the tutorial. That sensitivity is going to need to go down. Even still. It's probably alright. Big focus on movement tech and other such stuff in this game. But one moment here. I've been given a bite of food. Actually, yeah, please give me a second here. I need to take care of something really quick. Alright, we're back. Okay, yes. Good. bees shoot bullets, as they do. Fireflies walk and explode, as they do. Our combat bug is vampiric, so we can recover some health if we do connecting melee shots. Plugs leave poison trails. They last for quite a long time, and that's... Thank you, FZoe Blackheart, for resubscribing. Means a lot. Thank you so much. Support your trans slime girls. So true. Especially me. Whoa. It's hopping in here. And not just me jumping off the walls. Damn, missed. There are a lot of these guys. Something happened. See ya. 1 second here. Wonder I was having trouble doing that earlier. But yeah, some interesting movement tech in this game in that if you slash while on the ground, there's a significant increase in how long it takes for you to recover your sword, which is increased further if you slash while on the ground and kill something. However, both of these potential penalties are removed if you're in midair when you slash. So it is optimal to instead jump immediately before you do a slash. If you jump and slash downwards, then you enchant your gun and can fire a laser shot. Perfect accuracy beam. Shooting downwards while in midair will suspend you in the air a bit longer. For propelling yourself upward with the bullets. If that makes sense. You can run out of Uzi ammo, but like with many good action games, using your secondary ability will reload your primary ability. See also the game Tormentor X Punisher, which uses a similar mechanic. Right-clicking to fire your shotgun in that game reloads your machine gun. And yeah, staying airborne is definitely a good tactic in general. Get out of here.
Kitty, for following.
Hey, thanks for following. Whoa. When a mosquito swarm is about to fire projectiles, they group up into a tiny cluster. If you manage to snipe that with a beam, you kill the entire group. Because you know it's piercing. And they're all in one spot. Gotta get these slugs under control. Something's happening. And that's why I keep those alive. I've forgotten how good this game feels. Hello, what are you? Beetles. And a lot of them. Whew. Something major's happening. Oh, come on, man. Come on. Okay. See ya. Good lord. Oh, let me have a second after that one. All right. Oh my god, they're not shooting stingers at me, they're spitting honeycombs. As for the story and narrative of this game, I believe that all we have is just the bit of text in the tutorial that says exiled. you were exiled from the Bug Kingdom, I guess, for some transgression. And you're about to make it everyone else's problem. Honeycomb cereal. I don't think I've ever had it. I've, like, seen it before, but... As soon as that instrument comes in the music, that means the slugs have spawned. The game follows a strict schedule that's consistent, so... it's possible to use audio cues. I need some health. Give me some. Thanks, buddy. A little more. Yeah, mistimed it. Eh. Dave Johnson tried to warn us about this. favorite bug chatter going on in the chat, I see. Love to see it. Where are you at? Bye-bye. Oh. You love to see it. There's about to be a lot more of them. You. You. Damn. Let's see, let's look at the chatter here. Orchid mantis, scorpions, spiders, ants, mantids, phasmids, pillbugs, terrestrial crustaceans. Yeah, there's no avoiding it. There's no dodging the accusations here. This slime's got a bit of combat doll in her. At some point, I'm probably going to get an upgrade to my model to have a more raised-looking expression option. Wait a second, that was... Did I just discover a new tech? Oh my god, I did. I wonder if that got added in the same update that added the super boss bug. Because that wasn't originally in the game. Yeah, it looks like if you slash downwards while close to the ground, you do a hard stomp. Hang on, are folks in chat recommending the slime combat doll content? Thank you, Spruce Zeus. Oh. Oh wow, the stomp works on those. That's actually really good to know. Actually, it looks like the only thing you need to stomp is to be... I think I worked it out. When you start moving downward, your FOV shifts very slightly. Like your character's head tilts a little bit. If you aim downward and slash after that tilt has occurred, you will do a stomp, regardless of your height. Also, you may have noticed the colored distortion appearing on my screen sometimes at the edges. That indicates bugs that are to the side or behind me. Does it splash damage? Sure does. And because of that, it's absolutely a new tool for my arsenal. Oh, that's what's hitting me. And not only that, pretty fast recovery time on sword after doing that. Damn, that cleans up well. Pogo! Ooh, hits harder than you'd think, doesn't it? Deep Kitty, thank you so much for the raid. And to all of you just joining, I am playing KILLBUG, a arena shooter that has some shared ideals and DNA with stuff like Ultra Kill and what's it called? Devil Daggers. Brought some friends along. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. Ugh, got past the power and they killed both my previous tries. That said, I do see a lot more eggs still. On you. Oh. Killed by falling into a fine green mist. Let's see. catch up on the chat here. Water Striders. Water Striders incredibly cool. And yeah, since we got a bit of a break here now that I'm not hyper-focused on trying to survive, overall what my channel tries to do is highlight, as I describe it in the description below, I try to highlight indie game esoterica. So, like, independent games made by small teams that I feel like got passed over. I personally value novelty above almost everything else, even if a game kind of sucks. Like, if a game is kind of unfun to play and, like, a bit of a drag, but has something really fascinating that I haven't ever seen before, the chances are I'm still gonna like it anyway. And that stretches to a majority of genres. I'm not going to say I like every single genre under the sun, but yeah, recently I got finished playing through a game called Yumecore, which is a game that is a side-view sort of pixel art game about a children's hospital that ends up stuck in a dream. And then you're wandering around talking to the other patients, and then each time you fall asleep, you're in an alternate version of this hospital, and then it turns into a beat-em-up as you fight surreal, strange versions of other patients and medical staff. Very goofy, very strange. And then the same developer later moved on to make a game that released only a couple months ago called Aiden. And I am playing that each Friday. Probably going to be about 3 sessions. But yeah, if I had to give off the top of my head an example of a game that I like, but kinda sucks, like, really feels like it missed its potential but was aiming for something really high and interesting. The visual novel The Chrono Jotter. It really feels like a game that wanted to be a lot bigger than it ended up becoming, and a very fascinating sort of approach to the classic VN genre of murder mystery death game. Also, Chrono Jotter has Toxic Yuri, so that's always cool. Yeah. Citadel and Beyond Citadel. Yeah. To hell with it. We'll just say that. I've been a bit coy about a game that I've been playing recently on my own time, and that's the one. You have to understand, though, that game is very, 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 very violent. Lovingly so. And my first experience with it was actually rather unsettling, because it actually made me rethink my rethink the context in which I experience and see violence in video games as a whole, which is... how to put this? Let's say I shoot this bug 3 times. It behaves no differently. Let's say you're playing Mortal Kombat and you reduce the enemy person to about a quarter of their health. Maybe they look injured, but they don't behave any differently. Beyond Citadel doesn't offer that sort of instant transition between living and dead that almost every other game does. People will fall on the ground and slowly bleed out. And some of them, with high willpower, will actually pull out a gun and try and shoot you while they're staying on the ground. And so you can't be certain that just because someone's laying on the floor that they're actually... yeah. And it's like, I thought about it, and I can't think of a single other game that I've ever played that does that. Or at least does that to such a degree. And so it's fascinating in that regard, and... you know... there's gun simulation levels similar to that of, like, Receiver. A really fascinating piece of art. Just, you know, need to preface it with about 17 content warnings. If I were to stream it, I would need to be... for my own comfort and for the comfort of viewers, I would need to make sure that I have very, very strict and obvious age gating. Yeah. I've just been chattering about that other game this whole time, and, like, I've just been in a flow state. I hardly even noticed what I was doing. Like, oh, right, I'm still playing this. Very rude of this guy to go upside down where I can't shoot his weak points. Whoa. Yeah, I guess ultimately what I'm saying is that I value art for making me feel things. Positive emotion, negative emotion, even revulsion. Like, there's absolutely some sort of games and art that I won't engage with, simply because I really, really don't want to, and that sort of thing, but if something unsettles me and I still sort of understand what it's going for, or the story makes me cry my eyes out or something like that, like, I will still sing praises of it to the heavens, because it's possible for me to still like that. You know? Did it just get smite by a frickin' lightning bolt? But yeah, if those ideals sound interesting to you, then I humbly suggest that maybe give me a follow, and you might be surprised. The one thing I can assure you is that I'll always be playing something new. Something odd, something strange. If you're familiar with it, I opened this channel with the game Diaries of a Spaceport Janitor, which is the very essence of everything that I value. Damn. Oh. Yeah, you see that visual distortion? That's what I was talking about. That means that there's something pretty close. Oh, it's on the bottom of the screen. That means that. Diaries is such a vibe game. Is it ever? And again, I really value that game because it does something I've never seen before. You are in a spaceport of a sci-fi setting that has a whole bunch of adventurers and ne'er-do-wells and all that wandering around. It's got nightclubs, it's got hawkers selling wares, it's got festivals going on in the streets. Perfect place for an adventurer to stop by. Except you're not one. You're the janitor being paid in poverty wages in a currency that is barely accepted by intergalactic standards, and you are just burning trash on the street. It takes a lot of courage to make a nightclub in a video game that you can hear the music pulsing through the doorway, but will never enter. Because you should know your place. You're not on the list and never will be. You can window shop for magical trinkets that you will never be able to afford. It's just a really fascinating game. And yeah, I also like to play ABBA and Guilty Gear Strive. Being a slime fan for Guilty Gear Strive is tough business because the obvious pick would be Zato 1, but as someone who's kind of new to fighting games at large, Zato 1 is probably the least beginner-friendly character pick physically possible. Being a negative edge puppet character. And so I switched to ABBA, which is a feast or famine, meter juggling, and counterattack character. Or parry. Which is at least a little bit more comprehensible and easy to follow. Yeah, really thought I would have gotten it by that. Unicids. Hello. Had a few new people show up today, so I've been discussing what my sort of ideals are in regards to Twitch streaming and just overall ideals and what my tastes are in video games at large, you know? And for any of you who don't know, Unicids is my VTubing partner in crime. Without her, I would not be VTubing. And without Mimi, for making the absolutely gorgeous artwork that I use for my PNG tuber. Yeah, those two are the reason that I'm here VTubing today. Mimi did a fantastic job. Absolutely gorgeous stuff. In the description below my channel here, you can see credit for Mimi and a link to my favorite piece of hers. The scam artist witch who sews puppets and then sells puppet souls to demons instead of her own. Right, that's a detail I forgot, and something that I now realize was getting me earlier. Mosquitoes shoot red projectile spears that are both very hard to see, and they stay on the ground. And the ones on the ground can still hurt you. Stomp. Stomp. Once again, mosquitoes confirmed to be the worst. Yes, absolutely. Thankfully, those spears can be countered by slashing them. Sort of a return to sender attack. But you basically need to operate purely on faith, because they're red projectiles on a sunset environment backdrop. So it's just you see them cluster and turn red, and then you see them expand again, which means they fired. And then, after half a second, you slash at the air. And that reverses the projectile that you can barely see. On. You. Ugh. Crunch. Mr. Mosquito's a dirtbag too. Though again, credit where credit's due. Mr. Mosquito is a very unique game. I got multiple with that shot. Pop. No, 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 no. You. You. Oh. Ugh. Let's see, does the Steam overlay appear if I do this? I wanted to check something. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna probably make this my last run here. And then I will, as usual, raid us on over to Unicids. Oh yeah, I don't think I ever actually talked about what my favorite bugs were. After all that. The first and most obvious answer for me is honeybees. And then particularly stylish looking moths, of which there are unfortunately none in my local area. We just got those really, really tiny, minuscule moths that occasionally eat fabric, and none of the actual, like, visually identifiable larger ones. Oh yeah, and bats. I really like bats. Gotta be one of my favorite bugs. Well, someone in the YouTube VODs will appreciate that joke at least. It's from Calvin and Hobbes. The correct response is all caps. Ats aren't bugs. To which I would respond, look, who's the person that's streaming talking about bug facts, you or me? There we go. Finally, my genius is being recognized, along with how tough and super cool I am. I'm pretty sure I ended up launching one of these bomb bugs straight into the hive. So look at all of those pellets that I... Oh my god, even reflected pellets can hurt me. Brutal. I must be ahead of schedule. You may notice that I'm basically never killing the centipedes that are just, like, wandering around. And that's because if you leave a centipede unharmed, it will just wander. It will take no aggressive action apart from if you actually just, like, step in front of its face. But once it's damaged once, it'll start chasing you. In addition, each centipede body segment counts as another kill. So by slicing through a centipede, as you've seen me do several times at this point, I can recover basically all of my health in a single slash. They're walking health pickups. And so, being walking health pickups, protect them. Pathetic. Ooh, that was a mistake. That was again a mistake. There we go, that's what I was after. Stomp. Boing. Here it is, the apocalypse. What? So, my friends, that is KILLBUG. Original prototype by Nicholas McDonnell. Published and developed by Samurai Punk. Do a quick scroll through the credits here, because I feel it's the right thing to do. We appreciate our game developers around here. So, as mentioned before, let me go and do a real quick check. Yep. And then
to another place.
Episode Blackheart gets what's about to happen. Let's see. Let's raid on over to Unicid's, shall we? Unicid's stream starts just after mine does, so until next time, friends. Mondays are Grab Bag, which is usually single session games like this. And then Wednesdays and Fridays are my longer term projects, which is currently One Way Heroics Plus on Wednesdays and Aiden on Fridays. To another place. and thank you for watching.
Rating with a party of 5. That's crazy. From another place. Welcome, welcome. Happy to have you all here. Tonight we're going to continue our Elden Ring adventures in the Shadowlands. Oh yeah, we got under here. Hey, welcome. I'm happy to have you all.